doing this video. Through Our Lady, through our Lord, we prevail. uh, Targeting is getting, really bad. They're interfering with not only my medical care. The call center always leaves messages. Nobody calls me back, or a long, long time later, somebody will call me back, or somebody will call me back and say, "Oh yeah, you're going to talk to me. I'm a medical clerk, and what they call it, MA, medical assistant, or I'm what's the other thing they use? Oh, I'm the doctor's scribe. I take his notes and stuff, or I take the doctor or nurse's appointments, et cetera, et cetera." And the provider never gets back to you. And then you get delayed longer and longer and longer, and your health declines. That's what they're doing in Saginaw County, and now apparently even even some of the providers in Bay County. And somebody is stealing our mail. I just got mail from Social Security Administration that was mailed a week ago. It's already been stamped and processed by Pontiac. That means, again, somebody's taking our mail. When mail passes through the, I believe the Metroplex, I think it's called, for our region of Michigan, that's where things distribute out to the local post office. And if you have sub-post offices, then you may have stuff delivered there, and then it's distributed out to the smaller post offices. But generally here in Saginaw, they send, Saginaw County, they send trucks to the various mail centers, various post offices. We have a central, but they don't dispatch from there. Or not dispatch, they don't deliver from there. It goes to the actual post office. And the ones around the city, there's 2 or 3, and the mail trucks go directly there. Anyway, so people are causing my disability case to, because of the time frame that I got my stuff, the day after they wanted some documents, it's going to be denied. And that'll be the second time in 2 years that such thing has happened. And somebody's interfering in my VA case as well. The contractors, well, at least for Optum, they keep canceling. And then they toy with me. Don't ask me how. The contractors know my daughter's birth date, but they made an appointment. They canceled the one for today and made an appointment 2 weeks out on her birthday. Come on. That's 14. That's less than probably 7 or 8% chance of hitting that day. Come on. That's barely above chance, which is a p-value. That p-value, which is 0.05. Come on. So, but anyway, this is supposed to be more about the some of the things that people are going through regarding debts and debt collection. And I'm looking for people with experiences to share here. I know there's only a few subscribers here, but the things that I'm seeing some of the courts favor the debt collectors, even setting up, advising, I can't say for sure, but even advising debt collectors how to set the clients up, set up the defendant, so they get legally hit even harder. Creating hardship programs where they list all of their bank accounts. That way they can hit the bank account, even if you were on disability. So, I have the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau involved, and that's just the start. I just have so much going on. I plan to involve other agencies because it seems to me that the civil courts in Saginaw, they are facilitating people from having their lives ruined. People that are just getting on their feet, and then all of a sudden they have a garnishment order. And anybody that owns a business will agree with me. Nobody likes dealing with the courts with a garnishment order. What if you get it wrong? What if they start to involve my company more than they should? I know someday if my companies are ever brought back from oblivion, that I may have to deal with this. And some companies don't want to, and they don't want to hurt their employees either. And then other companies, they find out they have some kind of issue where they got to deal with the courts and a garnishment. They fire people, or they can also bring them back as a 1099. That's just something so somebody knows. If you bring somebody back as a 1099, I think it's more difficult to garnish their wages. Could be wrong. Comment if I am wrong. Maybe it's the same, but or maybe bring them back as a subcontractor, contractor of a contractor, and bring them back under a company name. Maybe something like that people could do to protect people. People should definitely pay their responsibilities. But in this day of so much identity theft, it's ruining people's lives, and then they have to pay the debt of the perpetrator? That's more victim shaming. And again, coming from the conservative world, that's victim shaming. That's the direction we're going, and it's concerning for me as a parent. And so just post your experience here, what happened to you, and again, within community standards, of course. I guess I could say like and subscribe, but this channel is for education, to document the abuses of human rights and civil rights, and financial abuse and financial captivity that has happened to my family. And to help others, especially veterans or people, low income, or people that are victims of racism on either end, regarding whatever, racial background you are, whether it's common or uncommon racism, either way. And, people who are victimized because they're single parents, and especially, again, people who are victims of various kinds of human trafficking. There's not just human sexual trafficking. You have people that are used to work in somebody's business for near free. You have children that are used as poster boys, poster girls for somebody's business, and they're not compensated. You have, older people, seniors, that are used for their talents, and they're not compensated. You have people that are targeted because maybe they're on disability, or maybe they have some kind of emotional disability or developmental disability, and somebody carries a big caseload. They're a representative or a social worker, and they're using their clients for gain, maybe a guardianship service, and they target these people. They changed the name of the movie, but it used to be, what was it called? The Guardian or something like that, or The Guardianship? I forget. Now it's called, I think, I Care. But it's a very, eye-opening movie. The stuff actually happens. They go after everything. It actually happens. They get all the people, their ducks in a row. People are so quick to say somebody's paranoid or conspiracy minded or schizophrenic. In the world of the information age, it's easy to target people. Easy. Oh, you want to go after somebody's debts? Post them on a website. Oh, you want to find out where somebody's kids go to school? See if they're on Facebook or even YouTube. Look, through the videos that they've posted to their channel. or go through and look for awards from school newspapers and stuff. This is the kind of stuff. You want to find out where somebody lives, just do a Google search, and many times then, if their children is of a certain age, that stuff's there. People's phone number sometimes there. All of this stuff is common knowledge. So in the information age, it is easy to target people and ruin their life and their family too. So if you've had an experience with a debt collector, even a temporary hardship, let's say you're on disability and you're going against the VA because you're disabled, and they don't care. Federal laws are supposed to leave you at least 2 to 3 months of income for your needs. But when your needs don't meet your income, when your income doesn't meet your needs and you're robbing from Peter to pay Paul, why hold on to a case? And when somebody is disabled, I think that's the worst thing somebody could do, is go after them for a debt when they're a victim of identity theft and other such things. I don't think our country is being aggressive enough to protect people who are victims of identity theft. Instead, we victim shame. Where's the Me Too in the debt collection world?